Now let's continue with our discussion on shipping terms or freight charges. Again, when you say freight, this is the transportation charges. And these freight or transportation charges are capitalized as cost of inventory depending upon the shipping terms agreed by both a seller and the buyer. And there are two most common shipping terms applied to inventory. Number one, freight on board or free on board shipping point. And number two, free on board destination. Ano ba ibig sabihin ng dalawa na yan? Free on board shipping point or FOB shipping point means that the title of the goods passes at the point of shipment. Whereas, if it's free on board destination, the title of the goods passes to the buyer at the point of destination. So, number one consideration, ano yung number one distinction nila? Pag FOB shipping point, the title of the goods will pass only to the buyer or will pass to the buyer at the point of shipment. Pag pinadala na sa buyer yon at the point of shipment, kay buyer na agad yung goods kahit hindi pa nakakarating sa kanya. Because at the point of shipment, the title to the goods has already passed to the buyer. Meanwhile, in the free on board destination, at the time of shipment, the title of the goods will remain with the seller. Why? Because the title of the goods or the title to the goods passes only to the buyer at the point of destination. Kaya at the time of shipment, kanino pa rin yung goods? Kay seller. So, yun yung number one distinction, class, ha? Doon sa word or sa term nila, doon sa term nila, doon mo malalaman kung ano yung ibig sabihin nila. Free on board shipping point, ibig sabihin, the title to the goods will pass to the buyer at the time of shipment. Okay? How about FOB destination? The title to the goods will pass to the buyer at the time of or at the point of destination. So again, at the point of shipment, kanino na yung goods kapag FOB shipping point? Kay buyer. Pero pag FOB destination, kanino na yung goods at the time of destination? Kay seller pa rin. Malipat lang kay buyer pag FOB destination at the point of destination. So, yun yung number one distinction. Ano naman ngayon kung sino yung owner at saka sino yung seller? Class, dun kasi yun kasi ang magiging basis ng obligation to pay the shipping cost. Okay? So, dalawa ang kahalagahan ng shipping terms na FOB shipping point and FOB destination. First is to determine who is the owner of the goods. And number two, who has the obligation to pay or shoulder the shipping cost. So, sa FOB shipping point, kanino yung goods at the time of shipment? Nalipat na agad kay buyer, di ba? The owner of the goods at the time of shipment is transferred already to the buyer. If that is the case, who has the obligation to pay the shipping cost? If the goods has already been transferred to the buyer at the time of shipment, sino may obligasyon na magbayad ng shipping? Si buyer. Kaya, pag FOB shipping point, the title of the goods will be transferred to the buyer at the point of shipment, and the obligation to pay the shipping cost is on the buyer. Pero pag FOB destination, the FOB destination says that the title to the goods will remain with the seller at the point of shipment. Diba? It will remain with the seller at the point of shipment, the title to the goods. Because it will only be passed to the buyer at the point of destination. So, kung at the time of the shipment, kay seller pa rin pala ang goods. Pag FOB destination, sinong may obligation to pay the shipment or the shipping cost? Si seller. Diba? So, kung si seller, ayan, ano yung sabi ko? Sino ang may obligasyon na magbayad ng shipping cost? Si seller. Dahil sa kanya pa rin ang goods. So, ano ang lesson dito? Whoever has the title to the goods has the obligation to pay the shipment cost or shipping cost. So, FOB shipping point, may-ari niyan at time of shipment, si buyer, siya din ang may obligation to pay. Pag FOB destination, at the time of shipment, ang may-ari pa rin yan ay si seller. So, sino may obligation to pay the shipping cost? Si seller. Okay. Shipping terms are important to purchase transaction because of mentioned earlier. Transportation cost is part of the purchase cost of the inventory. So, importante yan, class, because the freight charges or freight in is considered as part of the cost of inventory. Okay? Kaya kailangan nating malaman kung ano ba ang shipping terms. And non-recording of transportation cost, which is in fact part of the cost of inventory purchased, would result to understatement of inventory purchased, which has a significant effect to profit. Okay. Pag freight in, class, ang tinatawag, freight in, that is the cost of inventory. Kailan magiging freight in yun? Kapag FOB shipping point. No? Pag FOB shipping point, the cost of the goods would include the freight. Bakit? Kasi obligation ni buyer to pay. Pero pag FOB destination, ang tawag dyan, class, ay freight out. Kasi may obligasyon ba si buyer magbayad nun? Wala, di ba? Wala siyang obligasyon magbayad pag FOB destination. Kaya hindi yan cost ng inventory ni buyer. Kailan lang magiging cost of inventory ni buyer? Kapag FOB shipping point. Okay? Paano naman kapag FOB destination nga? Hindi yan magiging cost of inventory ni buyer. Bakit? Kasi wala siyang obligation to pay. Kanya yung obligation to pay kay seller. Anong tawag mo doon sa freight ni seller? That is freight out. Pag freight in, kay buyer. Pero pag freight out, obligation ni seller. And that freight out is presented at the end of the period as part of the expense. Selling expense. Okay? Pag freight in, pag FOB shipping point, freight in yan. Kasi obligation ni buyer to pay. Freight in is part of the cost of the inventory. Pero pag FOB destination, freight out yan. And that is part of the selling expense of the seller. Okay? Malinaw ba yun? O how about the FOB terms with respect to freight prepaid and freight collect? Pag freight prepaid naman daw, kanina na-establish na natin, di ba? Kung sino may obligasyon magbayad. Pag freight prepaid and collect, yan, ibig sabihin lang yan, sino ba ang magbayad? Kanina sa FOB shipping point and destination, ang tanong doon, sino ang may obligasyon? Sino ba dapat ang magbayad? Okay? Pero pag prepaid and collect, sino ang nagbayad? Pag freight prepaid, ibig sabihin, the freight, kahit ano pa man ang naging usapan, prepaid, ang nagbayad ay si seller. Pag freight collect, ang nagbayad ay si buyer. Okay? Ano naman ang kahalagahan po nito, ma'am? Itong freight prepaid and freight collect, ang effect niyan, hindi sa cost of inventory. Saan ang effect niyan? ang effect niyan sa accounts receivable and accounts payable. Kasi ang pinag-uusapan lang natin dito, sino ang nagbayad in behalf of another. So, kung sabihin natin, FOB shipping point, then freight prepaid. Sige nga, sino may obligation to pay pag FOB shipping point? Si buyer. Pag sinabing freight prepaid, sino ang nagbayad? Si seller. So, dahil si buyer ang may obligasyon na magbayad, pero binayaran ni seller on the buyer's behalf, what will happen to the accounts payable of the buyer? Mag-i-increase. Ba? Increase. Kasi, meron binayaran si seller para sa kanya. Yung freight, binayaran ni seller on behalf of the buyer. Kaya ang accounts payable ni buyer mag-i-increase. E paano naman kay seller? E di mag-i-increase yung accounts receivable niya with respect to the freight paid. How about freight collect? Pag freight collect, sino ulit ang nagbayad? Si shipper. E kung FOB shipping point tapos freight collect, anong effect niyan? E di normal lang. Kasi sino bang may obligation to pay? Si buyer, di ba? FOB shipping point. Pero sino nagbayad? Si buyer. Di ba? Si buyer din. Kaya, edi, ganun din, yung accounts payable ni buyer, the same pa rin. Hindi magbabago, hindi mag-i-increase kasi siya naman ang nagbayad. Hindi mag-i-increase with respect to the freight kasi binayaran niya mismo yung shipment or shipping cost. O sige, mamaya i-discuss pa natin lalo yung gagawa tayong table mamaya. Okay, to summarize daw, FOB terms will help us determine who should pay and who paid the freight. So, FOB shipping point, prepaid. Who should pay? Sino may obligasyon na magbayad? Si buyer. Bakit? Shipping point eh. Kanino yung goods at the time of shipment? Kay buyer. Sino ang magbabayad? Si buyer din. Dapat. Ba? Siya may obligasyon magbayad. Pero sino ang nagbayad? Dahil prepaid, si seller. FOB shipping point, collect. Sino may obligasyon magbayad? Si buyer, shipping point eh. Bakit ulit? Bakit si buyer ang may obligasyon? Kasi the title to the goods has already passed to the buyer. Siya ang may obligasyon ngayon magbayad. Pero sino nagbayad on the shipment? Si buyer din. Kasi collect eh. Kino-collect daw ni seller. Pag prepaid, binayari in advance ni seller. FOB destination prepaid. FOB destination prepaid, sino may obligation to pay? Si seller. Bakit? FOB destination, ibig sabihin, the title to the goods will be passed to the buyer only at the point of destination. So, at the time of shipment, the goods are still owned by the seller. Since the seller is the owner, then he is the one who is liable to pay for the shipment. Pero sinabi prepaid, sino ngayon ang nagbayad? Eh di si seller din. Siya din ang nagbayad. FOB destination, collect. FOB destination, sino may obligation to pay? Si seller. Pero sino nagbayad? Si buyer. Okay. May question ba? Okay. So, hindi ko rin naman maririnig kung may question ba kayo. Anyway, let's continue. So, to illustrate, assume that Celestina Merchandisers purchased 100,000 pesos worth of goods from Esteban Manufacturing on account. The transaction provided for a 5,000 pesos transportation cost using the different freight terms. The entry in the books of Celestina Merchandisers are debit. Okay. Pag FOB shipping point, freight prepaid. So, bumili daw siya ng goods. Debit purchases 100,000 pesos. Debit freight in. Ayan. Anong tawag mo dito sa method na ito? or inventory system. This is periodic inventory system because there's the use of purchases and freight in. Okay. Debit 100,000 purchases, debit freight in. So magkaiba yung account ni purchase at freight in, ha. Debit freight in, credit accounts payable 105,000 pesos. So nag-increase yung accounts payable ni buyer kasi sino ang nagbayad on his behalf? Si seller. Paano naman po kung perpetual inventory system ito? Debit, merchandise inventory, 105,000 pesos. Credit accounts payable. Okay? Pag perpetual inventory system. Number 2, FOB shipping point, freight collect. Shipping point, obligation ni buyer. Freight collect, sino nagbayad? Si buyer. Debit purchases, 100,000 pesos. Freight in, 5,000 pesos. Accounts payable, 100,000 pesos. And binayaran ni buyer, kaya cash, 5,000 pesos. So, the cost of inventory includes the freight in. Because the term is shipping point. Iba kaya, obligation ni buyer to pay, kasama yan sa cost of inventory. How about FOB destination, freight prepaid? Kaninong obligation to pay? Si seller. Sino daw ang nagbayad? Si seller din. So, i-record ba natin sa perspective ni buyer? No. Kaya, debit purchases, credit accounts payable. Bakit hindi natin sinama? Ba't di tayo nag-record ng freight in? Because it is not part of the cost of inventory. Why? Because wala naman siyang obligation to pay. Kaninong cost yan? Kay seller. Anong tawag sa cost na yan? Freight out. Okay? Freight out. Okay. Now, FOB destination, freight collect. Sino may obligation to pay? Si seller. Pero sino nagbayad? Si buyer. What is the entry? Debit purchases, credit accounts payable. O anong mangyari sa accounts payable niya? Nag-decrease. Bakit? Sabi niya, ako nagbayad ng shipping cost mo. Credit, cash, 5,000. Yun yung binayaran ko shipping cost mo. Sige, bawas mo na lang doon sa babayaran ko sa'yo. Kaya, nabawasan yung accounts payable ng 5,000 pesos. So, what is the effect? If it is FOB destination and freight collect, the obligation to pay is on the seller, but the buyer paid on behalf of the seller. So, the accounts payable pertaining to the purchase of inventory would be decreased by the amount paid for the shipment because this is in a form of reimbursement basis or reduction to the cost of inventory. No. Reduction to the payment for the cost of inventory. Payment, hindi dun sa cost mismo. Okay, so that is for the perspective of the buyer. Paano naman sa perspective ni seller? Punta tayo dito sa okay. FOB shipping point means the buyer bears. Okay, alam niyo na yan. Now, to illustrate daw. Assume that Meliton Manufacturing sold 100,000. So, sa perspective ni seller, ito, 100,000 worth of goods to Nelia. FOB shipping point, freight prepaid. Sino may obligation to pay? Si buyer. Sino nagbayad? Si seller. So, meron siyang sales, di ba? Sales, 100,000 pesos for the goods. Sino nagbayad? Si seller. So, cash, 5,000 pesos. Pero kaninong obligation to pay? Kay buyer. Kaya ang accounts receivable, kukolektahin ngayon ni seller yung pinangbayad niya ng shipment kay buyer. Magiging 105,000 pesos. Ano naman kapag FOB shipping point freight collect? FOB shipping point, kaninong obligation to pay? Kay buyer pa rin. Pero sino nagbayad? Si buyer. So, i-record pa ba yan ni seller sa kanya, sa books niya? No. Wala na siyang pakialam doon. Kaya debit accounts receivable, 100,000 pesos for the sales. credit sales 100,000 pesos. FOB destination naman, kayo no obligation to pay kay seller. And freight prepaid, sino nagbayad? Si seller. So, pag obligation to pay class ni seller, meron tayong tinatawag na freight out. Okay? Pag FOB destination, automatic yun, freight out. Pag nag-entry, kay seller. Okay? Kaninong entry yun? Kay seller yun, ha? Pagka kay buyer tayo, FOB destination, hindi tayo mag-debit ng freight in or freight out. Walang ganon. Mag-i-increase lang ang accounts payable mag-i-increase or magdi-decrease lang ang accounts payable pag FOB destination, depending kung sino ang nagbayad. Pero on the perspective of the seller, pag FOB destination, laging may freight out sa entry. So, nagbenta siya, no? Sales, 100,000 pesos. And then, sino nagbayad ng freight? Si seller. So, cash, 5,000 pesos. And accounts receivable, only 100,000 pesos. Yan lang ang may karapatan, yan lang ang pwede niyang kolektahin kay buyer. 100,000 lang. Hindi pati yung 5,000. Hindi 105,000 na accounts receivable. Kasi, binayaran na ni seller at wala namang obligasyon din si buyer to pay the freight. Kaya yung freight na binayaran, saan i-entry? Debit, freight out. And when you say debit, bakit naka-debit? Because this is an expense account. It will be presented as part of the selling expense. O FOB destination, freight collect. Sino may obligation to pay? Si seller. Sino ang nagbayad? Si buyer. Okay. So, sabi ni buyer, obligation mo yan magbayad, ha? FOB destination yan. Pero, sige, ako na lang magbabayad on your behalf. Bawas mo na lang dun sa babayaran ko sa'yo para sa binili ko. So, ano yung entry? Credit sales, 100,000 pesos. Debit, magkano lang pwede niyang kolektahin? 95,000 pesos. And, debit again, freight out. Okay? So, notice that the seller accounts the freight using freight out if the freight term is FOB destination. So, remember, pag FOB shipping point, kay buyer, debit freight in. Kay seller, walang debit freight in, walang credit freight out. Pero pag FOB destination, kay buyer, walang freight in, walang freight out. Ano lang, kay seller lang, freight out, hindi freight in. Okay? Pag FOB destination, buyer will record freight in. Pag FOB destination, the seller will record freight out. O again, FOB shipping point, the buyer will recognize the freight by debiting to freight in. That freight in will be part of the cost of inventory. Pero pag FOB destination, the seller will debit freight out. And that freight out is considered a selling expense to be presented in the statement of comprehensive income as part of the selling expense. Okay. So, summarize lang natin, ha. So, as a review, again, FOB shipping point. Who is the owner upon shipment or while in transit? Pag nakakita kayo class ng while in transit, ibig sabihin, habang nandoon siya, habang tinatransport siya. At the time, during the transportation, in transit. Okay? Kanino? Sino ang owner pag FOB shipping point? Owner of the goods? Si buyer. At the time of arrival, arrival tuloy. Arrival, sino ang owner? Si buyer pa rin. Siya na nga at the time of shipment, di ba? E di at the time of arrival, si buyer. How about FOB destination? Upon shipment, who is the owner of the goods? Si seller. Bakit? Kailan lang malilipat sa buyer? At the time of arrival. Kaya at the time of arrival, or upon arrival at destination point, sino may-ari? Si buyer. Okay. Owner of the goods yan, ha? Now, who has the obligation to pay pag shipping point? Si buyer. Bakit siya ang may obligation to pay? Kasi siya yung may-ari. Diba? At the time of shipment, siya ang may-ari, siya ang may obligation to pay. O, ito, leave muna natin ito. How about FOB destination? Sino may obligation to pay? Si seller. Bakit? At the time of shipment, the owner is seller. How about FOB collect? O, i-blank lang natin to. Pag FOB collect, sino ang nagbayad? Who paid the shipping cost? Collect. Ibig sabihin collect, kinolekta ni seller. Kanino? Kay buyer. Kaya sino nagbayad? Si buyer. FOB prepaid. Sino nagbayad? Si seller. Binayaran in advance ni seller. Okay. So, FOB shipping point, sino ang may-ari ng goods at the time of shipment? Si buyer. And at the time of arrival, sinong may-ari? Si buyer pa rin. Now, who has the obligation to pay? Buyer. Who paid the cost? The shipping cost? Si buyer. Okay. So, what is the effect of payment in the accounts payable of the buyer? Naan? Bakit wala? Siya nga nagbayad eh. Ba't dadagdagan may accounts payable? And how about kay seller? May effect ba? Wala din. Kasi si buyer ang nagbayad. How about FOB shipping point prepaid? Sino ang may-ari at the time of shipment or while in transit? Si buyer. At the time of destination, si buyer na. Buyer pa rin. Who has the obligation to pay? Buyer. Who paid the shipping cost? Seller. Prepaid kasi. Diba? Pag prepaid, sino nagbayad? Si seller. So, what is the effect of payment in the accounts payable of the buyer? Sino nagbayad? Si seller. Pero sino pa dapat pala ang magbayad? Si buyer. Kaya mag-increase ang accounts payable niya. Babayaran niya ngayon yun kay seller. And anong mayroon sa accounts receivable ni seller? Mag-i-increase. Okay? How about FOB destination? Sino may-ari at the time of shipment? Si seller. At the time of arrival, sino may-ari? Si buyer. But who has the obligation to pay? Si seller. Bakit si seller? Kasi siya may-ari at the time of shipment. But who paid? Sabi, collect. Who paid for the shipping cost? Si buyer. Bakit buyer? Collect daw eh. Kinolekta ni seller kay buyer yung pambayad ng shipping cost. So, what will happen to the accounts payable of the buyer? Sino nagbayad? Si buyer, di ba? Dapat bang bayaran ni buyer yan? Hindi. Kasi ang obligation to pay kay seller. Kaya what will happen to the accounts payable? Will decrease. Sabi niya, ako na nagbayad ng shipment mo. Bawasan mo na lang yung pambabayad ko para dun sa goods na binili ko. Okay? And how about the seller's accounts receivable? Decrease also. Okay. How about FOB destination? FOB destination, prepaid. Sino ang may-ari ng goods? Si seller. Sino ang may-ari ng goods upon arrival? Si buyer. Who has the obligation to pay the shipping cost? Di si seller. Bakit? Siya may-ari at the time of shipment. Sino daw nagbayad? Prepaid. Si seller din. O kung si seller pala may dapat nagbayad at siya naman ang nagbayad, anong effect sa accounts payable ni buyer? Di wala. Ano bang pakialam ni buyer dyan? Obligasyon ni seller, si seller din ang nagbayad, kaya walang effect. How about kay seller, may effect ba sa accounts receivable niya? Wala din. Wala naman din siyang makukolekta for the shipment. Kasi siya nga ang nagbayad. Okay, now let's prepare journal entries for certain transactions. Okay, now. Wait lang, class. Okay, now let us prepare journal entries. So let us assume that Mr. X with, lagyan natin dito ng with shipping terms. Okay. So let us assume that Mr. X purchased goods with a selling price of 44,000, let's say 50,000 pesos from Cebu to Manila. Freight cost was 15,000, so 5,000 pesos. Okay. And credit terms are 210 and 30. Okay. Mr. X purchased goods with a selling price of 50,000 pesos from Cebu to Manila. Freight cost was 5,000 pesos and credit terms are 210 and 30. Okay. Now, what is the entry? Let's say that ito. Sabihin natin na letter A, freight collect. And then letter A, shipping point, freight collect. Okay. So letter A muna tayo. Okay, FOB shipping point, freight collect. What is the entry? Debit. Perpetual inventory system, debit. Merchandise inventory, credit. Magkano ang merchandise inventory? 50,000 pesos. Okay. How about the freight? Sino daw ang dapat magbayad? Si seller. Ay, si buyer. Diba? Kaya, freight in. Lagay mo na agad, freight in. Pag nakita mo FOB shipping point, debit, freight in. May dash. 5,000 pesos. And, sino daw nagbayad? Si buyer. Freight collect. Kaya, cash, credit cash, 5,000 pesos. And, lagyan natin dito, purchase goods on account. Para accounts payable gamitin natin. So, credit accounts payable. 50,000 pesos. Pero class, ito pala ha. Sorry. Kasi, instead of using freight in, since we are using a perpetual inventory system, then we should not use freight in. Okay? I'm sorry. We should be using only the merchandise inventory account. Okay? Ulit. So, merchandise inventory, 50,000 pesos plus freight in na 5,000 pesos. Kaya, 55,000 pesos merchandise inventory. Then, cash, 5,000 pesos for the freight in paid. And accounts payable, 50,000 pesos. Pero pag naman yan ay periodic inventory system, this will be the entry. Debit purchases, debit freight in, credit cash, credit accounts payable. Okay? Debit purchases, 50,000 pesos. Debit freight in, 5,000 pesos. Credit cash, 5,000 pesos. Accounts payable, 50,000 pesos. So, ano yung difference, class? Pagka perpetual inventory system, only one account is used to increase the cost of the inventory or to record the cost of the inventory. That is only the merchandise inventory account. Pero pag periodic inventory system, we use purchases and we also use freight in. Okay. To record purchase with freight. And then, okay. Ngayon, ano naman ang entry on the part of the seller? Okay. So, this is the buyer's entry. Diba? On the part of the seller, ano kaya ang entry ni seller? Gawin na lang din natin. So, sa part ni buyer ito. Para nakikita nyo na agad. Part of the seller, what is the entry? Debit, accounts, receivable. Kasi, meron daw siyang benta. Diba? 50,000 pesos. Meron ba siyang freight out? Wala. Diba? Kasi, unang-una, perpetual inventory system. I'm sorry, kasi hindi naman niya obligation to pay. The obligation to pay is on the buyer. Kaya, the credit, sales. At saka yung freight na yan, kay seller, hindi yan part ng inventory. That is an expense to him. Diba? Kaya, hindi natin i-record the cost of sales. Okay. And then, Mhm. Then dito, kapag perpetual, syempre, meron din yung kapartner na cost of sales na entry. Pero i-explain natin mamaya further, sabihin ko na lang din ngayon. Pagka sale of goods class, on the part of the seller, lagi may kapartner yung sale na yung entry for sales. Aside from the sales, credit to sales, debit to accounts receivable, then credit to sales, sa part ni seller, nire-recognize niya, pag perpetual inventory system, yung cost of goods sold. Okay? Kaya, aside from this entry, sabihin natin na ang cost teka, parang nakakalito pala, no? Sige. Mamaya na lang natin i-entry para dire-diretso for purchases na lang muna tayo. Then later, pag nandun na tayo sa sales, mas madidiscuss natin maayos para hindi kayo nalilito. Okay. So, wala lang. Gusto ko lang kasi kanina sanang i-entry. Huwag na natin yan i-entry. Ulitin na lang natin mamaya. Okay. Sige. So, malinaw ba yung entry for FOB shipping point? Freight collect, debit, merchandise inventory, credit cash, credit accounts payable. Pag naman periodic inventory system, debit purchases, debit freight in, credit cash, credit accounts payable. How about if we are using FOB shipping point, freight, prepaid. Yeah. So FOB shipping point was the obligation to pay the buyer, but who paid? It's the seller. So what is the entry? Debit, merchandise, inventory pa rin. Diba? Bumili siya eh. Merchandise, inventory. Kaninong obligation to pay? Kay seller. Kay buyer. Shipping point. Kaya kasama ba ito sa cost of inventory ni buyer? Yes. So, magkano ang debit to merchandise inventory? 50,000 lang ba? O 55,000 pesos? 55,000 pesos. 55,000 pesos. Credit. Sino ang nagbayad? Si seller. Kaya, credit accounts payable. How much? 50,000 pesos plus the payment for freight. Babayaran yan kay seller. Okay? Okay. How about naman dito sa periodic inventory system? What is the entry? Same. Debit purchases 50,000 pesos. Then, may freight in ba? Yes. Kasi, shipping point, di ba? Obligation to pay ni buyer. Credit. Nagbayad ba siya ng cash? Hindi. Accounts payable lang. Kasi, lahat ng yun ay babayaran niya kay seller. 55,000 pesos. Okay. To record purchase with freight. paano naman kung right, paano naman kung FOB destination freight collected? Pag FOB destination, kanino ulit yung obligation to pay? Kay seller. At sino daw ang nagbayad pag freight collect? Si buyer. Okay. So, what will be our entry? So, debit merchandise inventory amounting to how much? 50,000 pesos. Bakit 50,000 pesos na? Because the freight is not considered as part of the cost of inventory. Why? Because the obligation to pay the shipping cost is with the seller. Hindi pa si buyer ang may-ari ng goods at the time of shipment, kaya hindi yun madadagdag sa cost of inventory, merchandise inventory. Pero, sino ang nagbayad ng freight? Si buyer. Kaya, record natin yung cash payment ni buyer. Credit, cash. 5,000 pesos. Buyer paid on behalf of the seller. So, what will happen to the accounts payable? The accounts payable will decrease. Instead of 50,000 pesos, magkano ang kanyang accounts payable? 5,000. 45,000 pesos. How about merchandise? How about here? Periodic inventory system. Debit purchases, 50,000 pesos. Wala tayong debit freight in kasi hindi natin yan obligation to pay. Okay? But, we paid cash. So, credit cash, 5,000 pesos. Then, accounts payable will be decreased. It will now become 45,000 pesos. Okay, how about if it is FOB destination, freight prepaid? Pag freight prepaid, sino nagbayad? Si seller. FOB destination, the obligation to pay is with the seller. And who paid the freight? It is also the seller. Here, what are we going to do? Debit merchandise inventory. Magkano? 50,000 pa rin. Nagbayad ba siya? Hindi. Hindi siya nagbayad ng cash. Sino nagbayad? Si seller. Kaya, credit accounts payable. 50,000 pesos. Okay? And then, purchases, 50,000 pesos. Credit accounts payable, 50,000 pesos. So, makikita nyo, pag FOB destination, walang freight in sa part ni buyer. Merchandise inventory lang at saka purchases. Pero on the part of the seller class, ang entry ni seller, meron siyang freight out. Freight out kasi siya may obligation to pay, so that is their expense. They recognize their expense. Now, that is for the FOB shipping point and FOB destination. Okay? Class, minsan kasi hindi sinasabi FOB shipping point, FOB destination. Kunwari dito, nakalagay sa example natin, di ba? From Cebu to Manila yung goods. So, ibig sabihin, from Cebu to Manila, sasabihin nila, FOB Cebu. Ano ibig sabihin nun? FOB shipping point. Pag sinabi FOB Manila, FOB destination. So, FOB shipping point, FOB destination, kahit hindi yan yung words na ginamit, pag ang ginamit ay yung mismong lugar kung saan sila manggagaling at saan sila mapupunta, then you will be able to determine whether it is FOB shipping point or FOB destination. Okay, so that is for the shipping terms. Next would be, we're going to discuss the ano may discuss natin next? Yung selling side naman. Okay? Because we're done with purchasing, plain purchasing. We're done with purchases with trade and cash discount. We're done with purchases with purchase returns. We're done with purchase na may shipping terms. So now we're going to discuss naman the entry for sales. It will be in the next video lecture. But let's see if we have missed something. Okay, puntahan natin tong discussion dito. So remember the distinction between the two, yung FOB shipping point and FOB destination. Ano ba ang kahalagan nun? You'll be able to determine when does the title to the goods pass to the buyer. Okay? And ano pa? Of course, you will be able to know kung sino yung may-ari at the time of shipment, siya din yung may obligation to pay the shipping cost. And then, FOB destination, generally, it is the seller that has agreed to pay all the shipping cost. Diba? Pag naman FOB shipping point, since si buyer ang may-ari at the time of shipment, siya din ang may obligation to pay all the shipping cost. Okay, in sales transaction under the FOB destination, the shipping charges are debited to an account called freight out. So, sa part ni seller class, ang entry niya would include freight out. So, ito, discuss natin dito. Since the seller still has the title to the goods, well, the same, ano ba yung, so, FOB, ito, sabi, example, selling price 33,600 purchased by Manila from Cebu in Cebu City. So, sa Cebu daw manggagaling pala yung goods papunta sa Manila. Okay, so ano tawag dito? FOB destination. What are the entries? Ang ginamit na dito ay periodic inventory system. So, on the part of the buyer, debit purchases, 30,600. Huwag nyo nang pansinin yung tax, no? Credit, accounts payable. No journal entry to record the freight. Why? Because it is not the obligation of the buyer. It will not increase the cost of inventory. We only record freight in on the part of the buyer if it is part of the cost of inventory. And since it is FOB destination, the owner is the seller. So, the cost of inventory will not include the freight. How about on the part of the seller? Debit accounts receivable amounting to 33,600, the entire amount, and sales 30,000 pesos. And then, freight out, syempre, si seller ang magbabayad. So, debit freight out, this is an expense account, and credit cash. Remember class, pag silent sa problem, FOB, shipping point, FOB destination, hindi sinabi. Pag silent, sino ang nagbayad? Kung sino yung may obligation pay, siya yung nagbayad. Kung walang sinabi, pag sinabi lang FOB destination, walang FOB destination, prepaid or collect. edi it would be presumed na si seller din ang nagbayad ng shipping cost. So, kung kabod lang na FOB destination, then si seller ang nagbayad presumptively. Pag FOB shipping point naman, walang sinabi prepaid or collect, it is presumed that it is the buyer who paid for the shipping cost. Okay. The entries assume that the seller paid the shipping company. FOB destination. Pag FOB destination, prepaid naman, sino nagbayad? Si seller. Diba? Si seller. Chargeable to the seller who pays the shipping company. Pero pag freight collect, sino nagbayad? Si buyer. Okay. So, if the shipping terms is FOB destination and freight collect, these are the entries. On the part of the buyer, debit purchases 30,000 pesos and credit 30,000 pesos. But since it is the buyer who paid for it, kaya mababawasan, nagkaroon siya ng another entry to deduct accounts payable, 1,000 pesos, and credit cash, 1,600 pesos. Parang kagaya nung ginawa natin kanina. On the part of the seller, since this is FOB destination, there is still an entry for freight out. Kaya debit accounts receivable for the amount of the goods purchased, credit sales. And then freight out, debit, freight out, credit, accounts receivable. So, dahil si buyer ang nagbayad on behalf of the seller, mababawasan yung accounts receivable niya from the buyer. Okay. O, ito, mamaya lang natin to gagawin. So, pag shipping point, alam niyo na yan, no? Run down lang natin yung entry. Assume that the terms are, so these are the entries. Pag FOB shipping point daw, and then freight collect, what will happen? Debit purchases, credit accounts payable kay buyer. Debit, freight, in, credit, cash. Kanina kasi shortcut sa atin, di ba? Debit purchases, debit, freight, in, credit, cash, and credit accounts payable. Pag naman kay seller daw, ano yung entry? E di normal lang, debit accounts receivable, credit sales. Ganon lang. Okay? Walang freight cost. Bakit? Kasi FOB shipping point. The obligation to pay is on the part of the buyer. So, FOB shipping point naman, freight prepaid, so nagbayad in behalf of the seller, of the buyer, si seller. So, debit purchases, credit accounts payable, debit freight in, credit accounts payable. So, ano napansin nyo? Nag-increase yung accounts payable. Since the seller paid on behalf of the buyer, then the payment for freight would be charged as part of the accounts payable. And then, on the part of the seller, the entry would be debit accounts receivable, credit, sales. And then, nadagdagan yung accounts receivable, nag-debit ulit siya ng accounts receivable para doon sa binayad na freight, credit, cash. Okay, so this is our discussion for the shipping terms. Niisip ko kung lalagyan natin dito ng part ng kay seller or wag muna. Mamaya na lang. O, pwede din naman. Wag lang muna natin pansinin yung entry for cost of goods sold. Sige. Wag muna natin pansinin yung entry for cost of goods sold. Dagdagan natin ng entry. So, ito, buyer. Seller. Sa kanina, FOB shipping point, freight, collect. Sino ang obligation to pay? Si buyer. Sino nagbayad? Si buyer. So, anong entry sa part ni seller? Sabihin natin na same lang yung, huwag mo natin isipin yung cost of goods sold, ha? Dito lang muna tayo sa merchandise. So, anong entry kay seller? Debit accounts, receivable, ₱50,000. Credit, sales. Bakit walang effect doon sa freight? Kasi, wala namang obligation si seller to pay at hindi din siya ang nagbayad. Kaya hindi siya affected ng payment for freight. Okay? So, yan yung entry. Bago natin i-end itong discussion. And then, dito naman sa FOB shipping point, freight prepaid. Sino nagbayad? Si seller. Freight prepaid. Pero sino may obligation to pay? Si buyer because of FOB shipping point. Okay. So, what will be the entry? Okay. Lagyan natin dito. Debit accounts receivable. Sino nagbayad? Si seller. Kaya, aside from the ₱50,000 na payment na cost of goods, ano pa ang accounts receivable niya? Yung binayad niya na freight. Debit. Accounts receivable, ₱55,000. And then, credit, sales, ₱50,000. Credit, cash, ₱5,000. Yan. Bakit? Kasi siya yung nagbayad ng shipping cost. So, nag-increase yung accounts receivable, sisingilin niya ngayon yung pinambayad niya ng shipment kay buyer. Okay. O, pag perpetual inventory system, ganun din naman. Wala namang pinagbago. Same lang. Pag kay seller class, perpetual or periodic, basta sale kay seller, wala namang difference. Ano lang ba yung difference pag perpetual at saka periodic? Kapag ang pinag-usapan na sa buyer side, pag nag-purchase. Kasi, ang effect nun sa merchandise inventory account. Pero for sale purposes, same lang ang entry. Yan. So, debit accounts receivable, credit sales, credit cash. Okay? Nasusundan ba? Okay? Next. Yan na lang natin na outside borders para hindi kayo malito. Okay? O, pag naman dito tayo sa FOB destination, freight collect. Sino ulit may obligation to pay? Si seller. FOB destination. Sino daw nagbayad? Si buyer. So, kung si buyer nagbayad, obligasyon pala ni seller, anong effect? Mababawasan ngayon yung accounts payable ni buyer. Bakit? Sabi niya, binayaran ko na in advance yung yung shipment mo. Bawas mo yan ngayon doon sa babayad ko sa iyo. Okay, so ano entry kay seller? Entry kay seller. Debit, accounts receivable. Nagbayad siya di ba? Meron siyang matatanggap. Magkano kaya ang accounts receivable? Dyan lang muna. Unahin natin yung sales. Magkano yung sales niya? 50,000 pesos. Credit. And, meron ba siyang freight? Yes. Freight out. Okay. Yan. So, entry is debit accounts receivable, debit freight out, debit sales. Credit sales. 50,000 pesos. Nakakalito kasi yan pagka isang entry lang. Pero kung gusto nyo, sige, gawin na lang natin dalawang entry. Delete natin. Okay. So, debit first, accounts receivable, para dun sa pinagbentahan, 50,000 pesos, 50,000 pesos. Same lang dun sa kabila, periodic. Paano naman yung freight? Nabayad na ng freight. Kaninong obligation to pay yung freight? Kay seller. Kaya, maglagay tayo ng freight out. Okay, freight out. Ano nga ulit yung freight out? This is an expense. 5,000 pesos. Sino nagbayad? Si buyer. Credit cash? No. Dito walang sales. Yan. Sino nagbayad? Si buyer. So, credit cash ba? No. Credit accounts. Receivable. Yan. Yan. So, yan yung entry. Kaya, effect, mababawasan yung accounts receivable ni seller from the buyer because the buyer paid on behalf of the seller the freight cost. Okay. Ano pa? Yan, last na. Delete. Okay. Okay. FOB destination, freight, prepaid. Sino nagbayad? Si seller. So, ano ang kanya ang entry? Debit accounts receivable. 50,000 pesos. Credit sales, 50,000 pesos. Same sa kabila. periodic inventory system. And then, how about the freight? Freight out 5,000 pesos. Siya ba nagbayad? Yes. Kaya credit, cash, 5,000 pesos. Ayan. So, yan ang entry on the part of the seller. Okay, I hope that it is clear so that we can move on to the next lecture. Okay? So, pansinin nyo ha. Pag FOB shipping point, on the part of the buyer, freight in. May freight in. Pag FOB destination, walang freight in si buyer. Wala. Ano lang meron? Freight out naman on the part of the seller. Okay. So, thank you.